So as part of the National Thank a Teacher and Support Staff Day, this appreciation has been accelerated, and it has been an absolute privilege and one of the highlights, I think, of my career to date to actually read the thousands of messages that we have received and the heartfelt thanks. And I do know a number of staff have actually been moved to tears by some of them, and that's me not just making that up, it's absolutely true. This is all testament to the support we enjoy. So from the bottom of my heart and from the wider school and on behalf of the wider school, I extend my thanks to all parents and students for your support at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, the next group that we're going to thank are a group who have really faced challenges over the last 2 years. They're a group of people who had to finish training years remotely. So whereas most teachers will have done their training year at the chalk face, the challenges faced by this year's NQT cohort have been immense. So not only did they have to finish their their PGCE year with half of the year in lockdown, but during their NQT year as well, they had to move online as well. And I think that what we're going to do now is we're really going to recognise that, and we have a very special person to do that as the mother of all NQTs. And so I'm going to ask Mrs. Graham now to read some of the messages that we've received on behalf of the NQTs. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Graham.
I'd like to start by saying that we have exceptional NQTs. As John has rightly said, I have been the induction tutor for NQTs for a long time, and I don't think they have ever had the difficulties that they've had to face these last 2 years. As a training school, we are very fortunate to have them in most faculties. With national adversity disrupting training and teaching practice taking place online, as well as interviews for jobs, they have coped exceptionally well.
I'm sorry, Mary, a voice from the past that would like to say something and interrupt this ceremony.
Oh my.
I know we haven't seen each other for a couple of years, but you're always very dear to me and close to my heart. Dearest Mary Graham. You weren't expected to see me, were you?
No.
I want to hug you, but
We're not. How are you? It's wonderful to see you.
oh, yes. And nice to see you've got so many students here with you as well. You don't realize how long I have known Mary. Over 30 years now, Mary. A long time, when some of you weren't even born. And some of the parents might have watched me on Play School. And some of the children might have watched me as Professor Rivers in Sarah Jane Adventures. Yes. Dub, dub, dub. And I have known your headmaster for a long time too, haven't I, Steve?
Yes, too long.
Yes. My name is Floella Benjamin, Baroness Floella Benjamin, who is in the House of Lords. But to Mary, I'm just plain old Flo. And Mary and I, we are kindred spirits because Mary understands that childhood lasts a lifetime. And you've got to make sure that every child grows up feeling as if they belong, knowing who they are, and knowing that they're loved. But most of all, to have music in their life. Because music is the soul of everything. And I have known Mary, as I've just said, over 30 years. And when I first met Mary, I realized that she has a vocation of dedication to make sure that every single child that comes to this school, that's in her charge, work to their full potential and do that through music, through all kinds of music, be it jazz. I've got you under my skin. Hey, Mary? Be it steel band music, reggae, blues. Blues is my business and business is good. Hey, Mary? Mary has introduced all types of music to children around the world. She has made sure that every child that comes here understands who they are through music. Her music department is always buzzing, exciting, thrilling. And many of the students who have been through her charge and her care have either gone on to study music, go to university, become music teachers, become musicians in the West End, privately, all because they've been inspired by this great woman, Mary Graham. I've got you under my skin. Yes, Mary, we've all got you under our skin because you have made music such a joyful thing. And personally, I have to thank you because whenever I'm in need, I remember when I was a chairman of BAFTA, we had a children's awards. BAFTA Children's Awards I was a chair of, and I needed music for these awards. And the person I knew I could turn to provide the music for the awards, to get children to come and play at the prestigious BAFTA headquarters in Piccadilly, London, was Mary. I said, Mary, I need some music. She said, leave it to me, Flo. Leave it to me, I'll provide it. I made a film called Coming to England. Oops, sorry, oh dear. And I needed music for the film, and who did I turn to? But Mary. Mary has always been there to support other teachers in the school as well. And Mary is a champion amongst champions. When you're looking for a teacher, you look no further than Mary if you want to be inspired. Mary, I love you. I love you because you have poured love into everyone you meet. I remember once saying to you, Mary, you're going to move on to another school. She said, never. Kingsdale School is in my blood. And every child that comes to Kingsdale School will be able to reach their full potential by doing music to help them do other subjects in the school. And Kingsdale School is one of the schools that so many parents want their children to come to, all because of what Mary has done. And Mary, don't cry, my darling. Mary, there is no more to say than what I have to say to you. You are a winner. You are a champion. You are a motivator. You are an inspiration. And I love you from the bottom of my heart. And it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Lifetime Achievement Award. The Silver Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award for your contribution to education, inspiration, and for motivating other people, including me. Mary Graham. Let's hear it for Mary Graham. Mary, We can't let this moment go by without you saying a few words. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, our Lifetime Achievement Award, Mary Graham.
I was dreading this moment. It's very difficult to speak without getting too emotional. It has been a lifetime. And I have to say, believe it or not, I have loved every minute of it. I mean, facing the fact that I have to leave is very difficult. But what I mean by that I can't stay here forever. I suppose I could die on the job. But, you know, I have a wonderful team around me who are now have been working exceptionally hard and hopefully will keep in the tradition of what has been going on at Kingsdale School. And I have to give younger people the opportunities to take responsibilities within the school. But it is difficult. I have seen so many young people start who had very little in life and are fabulous musicians, either as teachers or as professional musicians in the industry, just making an incredible living. And I know for a fact that for many, if they hadn't had music, whoever was behind music, they might not have done quite as well as they've done now. We're very proud of the thousands of young people who've gone through the school who have become professional musicians. An example, you've seen one of them this evening with Callan, who was a pupil here and now has become a fantastic instrumental teacher of steel pans. He's also a phenomenal player. And there's so many like that. I encourage, we have a number of our instrumental singing teachers who are ex-pupils. So we like to give them as many opportunities as we possibly can. Gosh, I'm rambling on. I haven't thought about any of this, but I just want to say, colleagues, thank you very much for your appreciation. The school means a lot to me. I've gone through so many different changes, and it's wonderful to see under Mr. Morrison and now Mr. Sear supporting us all, bringing the school to how it deserves to be. 50 years ago when I started, it was a very different school. And I am so proud. Funnily enough, I was always proud to be a teacher at the school. And even in the days when it wasn't such a good school, but because I knew music was amazing in the school, I used to say, I'm a music teacher at Kingsdale. I say, oh, music is good at Kingsdale, isn't it? And I used to think, yes, it certainly is, because of the talented children that come here. But thank you again for listening to me. Floella, you cannot understand how much I appreciate that you've come today. That means a great deal to me. Thank you. And my lovely children, thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask everyone to stand one more time, please, for Mary Graham, Helen Hayes, and Floella Benjamin. Now, Mary, the bad news is it's not over yet. We have, if you take a seat, we have a few individuals who would like to say a few words and to pay tribute to your wonderful achievement. I'm delighted, first of all, hopefully to invite virtually one of the sponsors from Pearson's, Neil Callan, who is the head of investment in people, who I invite to say a few words about, the awards.
Thank you so much. I'll just check quickly. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. And it's going to be myself and also Jenny, my colleague. So Hello, everybody, and hello, Mary. It's a real honour to be here today, and I'm so sorry that we can't be here in person with you. I also want to say well done, so well done for being the most thanked school in the UK. That's such an amazing achievement. So my name is Neil Callan, and as you said, my job is Head of Investors in People for Pearson UK, which means I try to make Pearson a better place to work for all its 4,000 employees in the UK. And that means I do things like listening to what they have to say, looking after their well-being, recognising the great work they do, and thanking them for doing it in the best way possible. And today I'm really lucky because I'm doing that for one of your teachers, doing it for you, Mary. And I just want to say quickly before handing over to Jenny, why Pearson are involved and why they support the Teaching Awards. The Teaching Awards were established back in 1998 by the famous film director and producer, Lord David Putnam, to recognise and celebrate excellence in education. And the awards, which Pearson's really proud to sponsor, honour outstanding teachers and teaching and highlight just how vital success in education is to the health and wealth of the UK. And really want to finish with this point that Pearson support the Teaching Awards because we want to recognise and celebrate the wonderful work that all your teachers do every day, and today specifically Mary. And I'll hand over quickly to Jenny.
Hi, sorry, my name is Jenny Wallen. I'm one of the Senior Partnership Managers at Pearson, and I support schools such as yourselves in your area. So, it's a great honour to be here today and join your celebration. For 2 decades now, we've recognised hundreds of exceptional teachers, and Mary now joins that group of elite teachers and the Pearson National Teaching Award ambassadors. We know from talking to past winners that winning an award is life-changing. Just being recognised for all the hard work that you do every day, it means so much. One of our past award winners said, winning the award literally transformed my life and boosted the recognition of the teaching profession. Once a silver winner, many have the opportunity to share their best practice at speaking events and written articles and with other local schools. Some, even go on to judge the Teaching Awards. So this is just the beginning of a really exciting journey for you, Mary. So today, Mary is one of 102 silver winners across 15 categories across the country being celebrated. So it's truly an honour and an accolade to win this award today. So do join me in congratulating Mary and the whole school for its achievement in gaining the most thank yous for Thank Her Teacher Day across the UK today. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil and Jennifer. I know you're very busy for giving up your time, and you're welcome to stay and watch the rest of the event. I'm now going to hand over to John Jones, who's got a few more tributes, obviously to share with Mary.
I am now going to introduce a couple of people who are here. Some of them know that they're going to be saying things, and some of them don't. But I'd first like to invite Darcy Dixon, who is here, joins us online. Many of the teachers here will remember Darcy. And Darcy would like to say well done to Mary as well. Darcy, can you hear us?
Yes, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes!
Great. Hi, my name's Darcy. I was a student, I left in 2017, which feels like ages ago now. I was head girl and I was also a music scholar, but most importantly, I was a student of Mrs. Graham's. And I am just so happy that Mrs. Graham got this award today. I don't think there's anybody that deserves it more. I'm so grateful to be taught by Mrs. Graham, and I think what Floella said was completely correct, that we all have a part of her. In my time, she was a force of nature. She was always being so supportive, taking us to trips, helping us when we had graded exams. She would always be there in classes, telling us what to do, giving us advice. And I think for me personally, it was the fact that Mrs. Graham went above and beyond. So it was more than my subject. She was knowing about my family and how I was and always asking how I was doing. She was checking up on me, but it was really instilling my confidence as a singer, which I found, the most important thing. And now I've gone on to go to university and I'm singing at events. And I always think it's the confidence I got at Kingsdale, but particularly the confidence that Mrs. Graham instilled, the confidence Mrs. Graham instilled in me to be the performer I am today. And I'm just so grateful that I've been able to be in her life and that she's been able to affect so many students across Kingsdale and beyond. And Mrs. Graham, congratulations and well done.
So, sorry. Can I have the? Sorry, Darcy. Just quickly, Darcy, you still there? Darcy, you said you went you said you went to university. You didn't mention which one. Can you just remind us?
Currently at the University of Oxford.
University of Oxford. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going on a walk. Come and join me. I'm going on a walk. I've got a few people here who might want to say at the back. Margaret, Margaret Amoni is here, Mary, who would like to say a couple of words. Margaret has worked with a number of primary schools around the local area, and Margaret, well, she'll explain how she knows Mary.
Mary, congratulations. I'm one of the unprepared speakers here today, so let's see what I can do. Of course, I echo everything that everybody has said, but while I've just been sitting here and watching everything and looking and listening, the word that comes to mind is dedication, because you have literally given your life to everybody who's come through this school, whether it be a student, a teacher, a parent. You have given of yourself, and you've got your own family there, your wonderful family, and they've shared all of us with you, or we've shared you. You know what I'm trying to say. I just want to say something about the primary schools. I first came to a Kingsdale music festival probably 20 years ago. I was just sitting trying to rack my brains. I know Laura Blessed was in year 4, and I can't remember how old Laura Blessed is now. And I've been coming every year with primary schools since that date. And I don't know if you teachers at Kingsdale have any idea how important this festival every year is. One thing is, it's always on the last Thursday in June, so nobody can ever forget it. The second thing is, Mary opens her arms to the primary schools in the area and invites them to come and perform. And as I said, I've brought a group every single year. And for me as a teacher, I'm now a music specialist, it is my pinnacle event of the year that I work towards. When I'm working with my primary school children, I say, oh gosh, this is so amazing. Maybe we could take this to Kingsdale Festival this year. And we literally look forward to that event, and it is the high point. And for me as a teacher, it keeps me going, it keeps me motivated, it keeps me inspired, it keeps me challenging myself to be better and better and better. That's the one thing I wanted to say. But the other thing is as well, many teachers, parents, teachers of children who are sending children to secondary school come and ask my opinion about schools. And I'm always very fair in my judgments. But what I know about Kingsdale is that this music provision is diverse, vibrant, outstanding, and it changes. And the reason it changes is because it changes to suit the needs of every single student that comes through that door. So when you get your accordion player next year, I may have an accordion player coming to you, I know that Mary will find a place for that accordion player to play. When you had the Chinese zither at Kingsdale Festival, we had that amazing student playing on her zither. How many schools are actually opening their eyes to what the children are bringing to the school instead of just thinking about what they're giving to the children? And that's what Mary does. And the last thing I'll say is, I think that what she has achieved here is completely sustainable because of the way the senior leadership team have embraced it and used music as a way to celebrate the school alongside all of the other astounding academic achievements that this school has. So you have made something incredible, Mary, because it's going to last. And you've got your team, you talked about your team, your incredible, vibrant, diverse team. Congratulations, Mary, and thank you for letting me be a part of it with you. And I love what the lady whose name I can't remember on the screen said. This is only just the beginning of something even more exciting and vibrant. So well done, Mary.
Thank you, Margaret. I've got another special guest. And again, this one will be modest, so I'll say it before she does. So this is an ex-student, ex-head pupil, ex-leader of the MYO, which is the National Youth Orchestra, which she's going to cringe at me saying, but all of them are true. and a lot of them are thanks to Mary's support, I would imagine. So, Millie Ashton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks. I'm going to keep this really short and very, very sweet. I'm not one for public speaking much, but the thing I can do is play the violin, and a lot of that is a big, big thanks to you, and to Peter Graham as well, for all the violin lessons I had here. I can't justify with words everything you've given everybody here and beyond. The experiences, the opportunities, and I think there is only one thing that speaks louder than words, and that is music, and that's what you've given us all. So I can't thank you enough. I'm sure everyone feels the same. Thank you for everything.
And I've got one more. I thought, it's important to talk about, we've got past pupils and people who help with the primary schools and the festival. We're going to have a current student going to speak now on behalf of, I assume, the entire student body. So you've already heard from her once today. Can you please welcome Amelia Mitchell? Thank you.
Hi. I think everyone said everything so well. I just want to basically echo what they said. But yeah, I can't express how grateful I am to have Mrs. Graham at our school. She's such an incredible woman who's really pushed, I think, all the music students to as best as they can. She's really pushed that legacy onto her staff as well. When I signed up to this, I thought it was a small thing in the performance hall. But yeah, I just want to say I'm really, really grateful for everything you do. Kingsdale wouldn't be what it is without you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to draw gently to a close now, and I'm wondering if Mr. Morrison needs to say anything else before I do the final thanks. But yeah, Mr. Morrison.
Thank you, John. I'd just like to say before we finish on a real high with a couple of music performances, that I've not known Mary quite as long as I think Floella, but not far behind. Now, I am not somebody who is easily impressed. In fact, I can probably count on one hand the number of people that impressed me in my entire life, and that includes those on TV. I'll tell you a quick anecdote about Mary, which put me in my place. In the 90s, I felt I was the best maths teacher in the world. I was on the front of the local press, wonderful results, and I thought, bee's knees. I am the best. And I sat down in the staff room, and this lady called Mary Graham sat next to me. And we were talking. A strange relationship. I hope she doesn't mind me saying, probably not quite the same generation. And people couldn't work out what was going on. And she said something to me very gentle, and it changed my perspective of education. She said, Steve, you have wonderful GCSE results, wonderful A-level results, and I see you on the front of the local press. Can you tell me how many of your mathematicians have become mathematicians for life and taken it up as a profession? She says, none, as a matter of fact. And I said, how about you? And she named every theatre and performance hall in the West End. It changed my entire view of what education was about, lifelong learning. And I would like you all now to stand and give Mary the tribute she deserves. 50 years in waiting. She has been magnificent for every one over those 50 years. And as someone else has said, it didn't matter what the status of the school, whether we were struggling, whether we were outstanding, the one thing that did not change was the quality of the music. So let us hear it for Mary Graham, in my view, the greatest teacher in the country.
I'm going to ask the steel pan players to gently
John,
wind their
just
way.
before you start, one final word of thanks to our speakers, our special guest today. Thank you very much, Helen, for coming along and giving a great tribute. And Floella is only one, Floella Benjamin. And to our two sponsors from Pearson's, thank you for taking the time to join us in these celebrations. So a round of applause for our guest speakers and Pearson's. Thank you, John.
So I'm going to ask the steel pan players to gently wind your way to the front. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, of the one-way systems in place when the event finishes after the steel pans, which will be staff exit through this door, students exit through that door. But before that, we're going to enjoy some of the fabulous music that we've already enjoyed, and some, as people have been saying, the music that will hopefully continue for many, many years to come. So, final thank you, and a big clap for the Steel Pan Band, please. Thank you very much, Steel Pans, and thank you all very much for coming.